A máa fi fọ́nrán kan hàn wá nísìnyí that tells more about what he has done àti last word tí wọ́n sọ kí wọ́n tó jáde láyé. Ẹ wò láìpẹ́ yìí ò ní a gbọ́ ìròyìn wípé Pa Ayo Adebanjo wọ́n jọ́lọ́run nípè. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé bàbá yìí tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ ribiribi especially ní AFENIFERE. Ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ni bàbá ní leader AFENIFERE. Wọ́n dẹ̀ jọ́lọ́run nípè ní ọmọ ọdún 90 kọ́lọ́run kó tẹ́ bàbá sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ á farabalẹ̀ ká mọ̀ lọ bí kankan yá sit down. Ẹ dẹ̀ jẹ́ ká lo comment section láti sọ dáadáa káwa mọ̀ pé bàbá ìgbésẹ̀ nígbà wọ́n wà lókè ìpẹ́. Ẹ wò ẹ má jẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ jù, ẹ já lọ gbọ́ lẹ́nu bàbá Ayo Adebanjo nígbà tí wọ́n wà láyé, àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n sọ tó jẹ́ last words tí wọ́n sọ.
Don't confuse genuine organization with people who want to make a name. The Yorubas have never been connected with separation in Nigeria. If anything, Shifauno led the Yorubas to keep Nigeria together. And personally, I was in Bonu in 1979, campaigning for the UPN for Nigerian unity. The question of separation never arose in our program. The question of separation people are mixing up, particularly with Igboho and Professor Akintoye, is when they refuse to reconstruct Nigeria. Our own position is not for separation. Our own position is that the constitution we are having now is not our constitution. That is the Awono position which we are accompanying. It is the ability to have brought it together. It is the ability that is imposing on all that we are complaining about in this constitution. It was not made by our founding fathers. They were made by the imposed military constitution. That is why we say it must be changed. Any amendment, anything is just palliative. It will not work. You cannot keep a nation of Nigeria with several nations, several languages, several cultures, several religions under a unity form of government. That is our stand. And that is the condition that we were brought together by colonialists in 1914. And we are carrying on. And we agreed at Lancaster House in 1954 to stay together under certain conditions which we agreed to. And we are carrying on until 1966 when the military came over. So don't confuse us with those who want to make a name. We are not interested in that at all. What we are saying is change the constitution now to a constitution agreed to by all the stakeholders in the country. The Yorubas, the Igbos, all the ethnic nationalities. We must agree to live together and how to live together. We cannot agree on the constitution imposed by a section of the country. You must make that distinction. Don't confuse us with those who want to make a name or shouting Yoruba nation for relevance. We are not there. What we are there is the constitution under which we are brought together must be in operation. And that constitution recognizes regional autonomy by all the sections of the country. All we are saying is, if the military is going back to the barracks, get it clear. Let them go back to the barracks with their constitution imposed on us and return us back to where they met us. If they are not going to do that, let us sit down and make a new constitution agreed to by all the stakeholders in the country. I think I'm clear. Why should we say we should come together and agree on the constitution? Why should that be a problem if there is no private agenda? Don't confuse us. If you don't, You agree with the unity form of government you want to separate. And they talk about the question of Nigerian unity is not negotiable. That is utter nonsense. There's nothing more negotiable than the unity of Nigeria. We must agree to live together. You can't impose unity on a diverse nation like Nigeria. You must make that distinction.
Chief Adebanjo.
Make the distinction between intelligent opposition.
Now, Chief Adebanjo, your position is noted, but I'm wondering how you would advise the federal government to deal with the agitators, seeing as they are adamant and they are threatening to start a war if their members are not released.
My dear, that is the business of the government. We have no business with them. The agitators have committed criminal treason. They should deal with them. They should go to what we are saying. What AFENIFERE led by Awolowo is saying is change the constitution to where we were at independence. And I am one of those who say if you don't change the constitution, Nigeria will not exist. You can't call me a secessionist. There's a condition I laid down. This is not the constitution that we should come together. So draw the distinction. Make it clear and let the people know where we stand. There's no question of secession, but to say Nigerian unity is not negotiable, that is not tenable. It's not tenable at all. All we are saying, including the president of today, that is the condition that which we made a contested election in 1999. That if the military is not going to return us back to the constitution we made us, they should convene the sovereign national conference for us to sit together and agree on how to live together and if we want to live together. Simple. We are not part of those who are agitating for Yoruba separation at all. Deal with those who have committed crime and don't connect us with it at all. And address what we are saying. And my advice to Tinubu is the condition under which we came together. It was in the trenches with us. This thing is not unknown to Tinubu. We are in the trenches together, agitating for reconstruction of Nigeria so that we can live together in peace.
And in the meantime of that reconstruction discussion, let's just harp one more time on the creators of this trouble, those who committed the crimes. There is a Modupe Onitiri Abiola, self-proclaimed leader of this group, who is not here. She is in the abroad. What do you make of her claims? What do you make of her emergence? And does it make you feel a little bit scared that mushroom cells like this have sprung up to tarnish the name, so to speak, of the Yoruba nation?
Nobody can tell me about the story of Nigeria. The name you are mentioning, I don't know her. I've never heard of her. Everybody wants to make a name. I don't know her. Anybody can come out from the blues to be agitation, and then you connect us with us. You are a journalist, you must know the history of this country. What connection? If you adopt a name that is popular with us, that is your business. You must be able to decipher whether it's a genuine connection or not. All those of us who are genuine Nigerians have dissociated ourselves. We don't know about that type of agitation. Who is he? Where does she come from? What is her origin? I don't know her. So don't connect us with her at all. She has committed an offense. Let the authority of the day deal with her.
Now, Chief Adebanjo, you said the president...
Am I clear?
Very clear.
Very clear, sir. Now, you said that the president was in the trenches with you, that's with the people in AFENIFERE fighting for restructuring. So since you have such a very close relationship with him, are you optimistic that under his presidency, there will be restructuring and, of course, a new constitution that will be acceptable to everyone in Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Dr. If Tinubu will leave a name behind, it is his responsibility to change the constitution now for what he has been fighting for. He should not be attracted by the position of power. He should remember what we fought for. Under one condition, he became the governor of Lagos State, sovereign national conference, regional autonomy. That is what we are fighting for. And God has placed him in a position now to implement it. The problem we are having now, he caused it. He brought us together with Buhari. Then we was having an alliance with him. You see how he has landed us. Now God has made him in a position to change the evil that he caused. So it is in his own interest and in the interest of posterity for Tinubu to change in Nigeria the present constitution which is imposed by us. And when people talk of amending the constitution, we don't make the constitution, it's the army that made it. We don't know about 33 states, we don't know about 77 local governments. That is the point we are talking about, and he's in a better position to appreciate it. So if God has placed him in a position to rectify the wrong, he will leave a legacy for Nigeria.
And in order, thank you for that.
You can ask him. You cannot deny. You can ask him. I said it publicly. He's in the trenches with us, fighting Abacha, fighting the military. He took part in that. It was on that basis that he became governor. That's what I'm saying. Now that he's in a position to implement what he has been fighting for, he should not waste time to do it at all.
And do you...
It is incumbent on him to do what he has been struggling for. If there is no hidden agenda.
Chief, thank you for that. And we've been talking about this changing of the Constitution and restructuring for a while now. Do you believe that this will be what addresses these spate of insecurity, these kidnappings, the banditry, and of course some of this storming of the state secretariat, these kinds of behaviors?
Are you listening?
Yes. Well, just in case you didn't hear me the first time, sir, I was asking about the restructuring efforts and also the changing of the Constitution, whether in your belief that it will address these issues of insecurity, kidnappings, banditry, and non-state actors thinking that they can storm national secretariats.
Thank you very much. It will. You see, many of the people agitating for restructuring, they don't know the implication. By the time you structure the country, you go back to federalism. There will be state police. There will be state local government in the region. Every region will take care of its security. So the question of Umaya being controlled from Abuja will not arise. That is why the thing lies. The question of progress, economy and otherwise, will be taken care by each state. I ask you, how can somebody say he can take care of a house better than the owner of the house? How can you sit down in Abuja and be taking care of Maiduguri? That is the point. All these are contained in the imposed constitution, which does not favor a multinational society like our own. That is the point we must take off. The implication of a constitution based on a federal system where every region is autonomous makes everything easy, both in development, economic, political, cultural, religious. They are all, every region will develop at its own space. That is the essence of federalism. You cannot have a uniform of government in a multinational society like Nigeria. That is the issue. All those you are talking about security, about this, they are all embedded on the fact that the whole country is being controlled by Abuja. There's no time on a program like this to explain to you what is contained in this constitution that we are opposing. A lot of objections are there. This question of revenue allocation that we are having now is not agreed to by the founding fathers. It is the military that imposes it. The question of security on a mono system is not agreed by us. They are all imposed by the military. So we say, let us go back to where we started, where we had peace, where we all ruled with peace. Sardana ruled with peace, Okpara ruled with peace. That is what we want now. And we beg people to do that for us. All the try to patch the issue will not help us. Until you go back to the constitution that we should take together, there will be no peace in this country.
Now, finally, Chief Adebanjo, you talked about the president, selling Buhari to Nigeria as part of the reasons why the country is in the mess it is now. But now that the president is in office, he's trying to rebuild the country. How would you assess President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's performance so far, especially the reforms that he has undertaken?
My dear, I don't look for a job from Tinubu. All those ones are probably there. For me, for Tinubu to leave a legacy, the major thing you do now is to change this constitution now. And let every autonomy be enjoyed. Let every ethnic group, every stakeholder have an autonomy that we had when we became independent in 1960. By the time we turn to that, there will be peace. They are mining our road and everything. We concentrated in Abuja. We contribute money in the south. We take it to the north. And you want us to continue like that? You created more states in the north than in the south under this constitution. That is not the constitution we had at independence. Those are the issues at stake. And I'm saying again, Tinubu knows better. We contribute money in Lagos. Lagos and Kano, they have the same population. The military now changed the constitution. They created more local government in Kano than in Lagos. They created state Jigawa from Kano. They make 77 states out of Kano, and Lagos still remain at 20. And they say this number of states will be the basis of distribution revenue. The revenue that is contained in Lagos. If Tinubu is going to be fair to the people of Yoruba land and Lagos, immediately now that one should be changed. You can't rob Peter to pay Paul. I am saying publicly, this constitution is cheating the South in particular. And for Tinubu to delay changing it is a betrayal of the people of the South. He knows it.
Well,
all the money that should come to Lagos, they said it to none. And they gave us a post seat. I am saying publicly, let him deny. He knows it.